Hi, my name is Frank.
I'm Sherry.
And it's Friday. That means it's time to kick back, relax, and talk music.
Today we're opening the mail.
And we're talking hip-hop and the Scorpions.
Much more.
But first, let's kick things off with Record of the Week. This week's Record of the Week is this rare 1978 Van Halen promo LP that has become known over the years simply as the Looney Tunes album. So if you see the label there, it says Looney Tunes Merry Melodies, has a picture of Elmer Fudd. And on this side, it's got the alternative Van Halen logo along with the track listing. So on here you had Running with the Devil, Eruption, Ice Cream Man, You Really Got Me, and Jamie's Crying. So what's interesting about this album is that it was released in January 1978, literally weeks before Van Halen's self-titled groundbreaking album was released. And as I said at the top, this has become quite collectible among collectors, I was going to say, obviously, and quite rare. What else can I tell you about this? Check out the logo. What do you think of this logo? Personally, I think it's extremely ugly. This was the original Van Halen logo proposed by Warner Brothers in 1977, and it was supposed to be on the debut album as well. It's got this jagged thing going on. And when Van Halen saw this logo, they said absolutely not. They completely hated it. And check out this. This was supposed to be the original album cover for the debut album, and Van Halen nixed that idea. They did not like it at all. The images were reshot, and we got the Van Halen debut as we know it. However, that odd-looking logo did make it onto this release. I'm sure much to the dismay of the band. In terms of that early image, at the time, Eddie Van Halen said the label wanted them to look like The Clash, and it just didn't work for them at all. But, I mean, as I said, we do have this remnant of it, and this is just a great little piece of Van Halen history. Right here it says, stereo 33 1/3 RPM, promotion copy, not for sale. So for the longest time, I thought that these were bootlegs, but they are definitely legitimate, definitely original. If you ever see a copy of the Van Halen Looney Tunes album out in the wild, definitely worth picking up. A very cool piece of Van Halen history, and that is this week's Record of the Week. We're gonna do the mail here in a second, but I gotta tell you, I've been streaming the new Scorpions album, Rock Believer. My expectations for this album were very, very low. I wasn't really intending on buying it, but after listening to this on Tidal and streaming it several times, I gotta tell you, the new Scorpions album has exceeded all my expectations. It is really, really good, and it's pretty cool that most of these guys are in their 70s now, and they're still producing decent rock and roll, right? And nowadays, Mickey D, the former drummer from Motorhead, is in the band, which is kind of cool. So then I've been kind of thinking, am I going to get this album on vinyl or compact disc? I actually settled on ordering the SHM CD, which is a Japanese compact disc technology that's supposed to be made out of better material, and it plays on a regular compact disc player. So this is going to be my first time buying an SHM CD. I ordered it from importcds.com, so I will report back when I get this. But I was curious, have any of you guys, viewers, purchased, used, listened to these SHM CDs from Japan? I mean, the packaging is cool, but do these discs actually sound any better? I'm pretty skeptical, but the SHM CD is the same price as the vinyl, so I'm going to roll the dice here and pick that up, and I will report back. But if you have any experience with this technology, please do weigh in and let me know in the comments below. Now, let's open the mail. All right, well, as we saw off the top, we got Sherry, Mrs. Channel 33 RPM with us. Sherry, always awesome to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
And we got some mail from Jim in the USA. He sent me some stuff, which I've opened. I'm going to talk about. There's some hip hop in there. It's just like new territory we're venturing into. But he also sent something, this package, it says,
this one is for Sherry. Thank you very much for thinking about me. Sherry, a while ago I sent you a book. Frank told me you really enjoyed it. I did. Here's another package for you. Get you back in the show. 33ers always love it. when you and Frank are on together. Enclosed you will find more reading material, plus some music for your enjoyment. Some comics mixed in. Give them to your husband, more his speed, probably. Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain. Oh my gosh, this is like, okay, so this is an 8-track, right?
Show the camera.
Look at that, Prince and the Revolution, 8-track. Wow.
I've never seen Prince on 8-track. That's awesome. I have the 8-track player right there.
That is crazy. We'll have to put that in and listen to it.
Well, because you said that you're a big Prince fan. We talked about Purple Rain last time you were on this video.
I am a big Prince fan. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
I love it. Okay, unfinished music number 1. 2 Virgins, Yoko Ono, John Lennon.
We have to blur that out.
You might have to blur out some of the parts. That's awesome. Thank you.
That was before manscaping and womanscaping was a thing.
That was before it was even a word. Seductive Poison, a Jonestown survivor story of life and death. Oh wow, Jonestown. Jim Jones.
Oh, Jim Jones.
Yeah, Jonestown. The cult.
Are these the ones who wore Nike shoes and drank the Kool-Aid?
You'll have to read it to find out. Remember.
Oh, it's a Jonestown survivor, so it's a cult member who escaped.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with this Prince 8-track. That's cool.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Look at this. That was when Lennon died. That's
like, show it to the camera. John Lennon?
Time magazine when Lennon died.
That is something. Seriously. You got to show the camera.
Seriously, thank you so much.
Hey, there's an ad for Crown Royal, which is distilled about an hour's drive from here. Yeah. My favorite whiskey.
Wonder Book of Rubber. Sorry, I keep forgetting to show you. Oh, X-Men.
Wonder Book of Rubber. I'm not sure if that's rude or if it's a story, if it's a comic book about tires.
Marvel Comics. Actually, right now my girls and I, we have been going through watching Marvel together. So we've been starting from what like Disney has been telling us is like the very first where you should start. So we haven't been watching them in the actual order, like from when they were filmed or released. We've been watching them in like their chronological order. So that's what I've been doing with our 2 girls lately. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for all of that. I love the Time magazine and I love the Purple Rain. Thank you. I appreciate all of that. And the book, the book, yes.
Cool. Jim sent some stuff over to me as well, including some hip hop. So, which one do I start with? So, do you know much about... I learned something. Do you know what the difference is between hip-hop and rap?
Wouldn't hip-hop be more to music and have a different type of a beat and it's more singing?
Hip-hop is the culture and rap is the music, I think. Anyway, we don't know a lot about hip-hop here, but Jim sent some promo records from Death Row Records. And interestingly, these are the executive producer on these was Serge Knight. And Serge Knight was the co-founder and former CEO of Death Row Records. And he was driving the car in Vegas when Tupac was killed. Oh. And he's in jail now because he pleaded guilty to a 2015 hit and run where he got angry. I shouldn't laugh. It's kind of just, this guy's got a temper. He ran over 2 people he got angry with and one of them died. And he was a prime suspect, or is a prime suspect in orchestrating the murder of notorious B.i.g. So he's the co-founder of this. Anyway, I did listen to these. This first one is, I think, Michelle Lee.
I do not know.
And it's called Hang Time. I was surprised by this. It was more... There were hooks in there, and there was choruses, and was, because when I think of that, who's that Canadian rapper, the new guy? Drake. I tried listening to Drake. Like, there's no hooks, there's no catches, there's nothing to draw me into these songs, just like on and on and on. But this actually, it had a hook and a chorus. I'm not saying I'm become a hip hop fan, but it was interesting.
Drake fans, leave your comments below.
And then some of this Tupac album. And again, it wasn't really my thing per se, but this guy is one of the most influential rappers of all time, so it's hard to be... Can you hold this for a second? Yeah. It's hard to be critical of him at all. And Tupac, I've been reading, you can tell I've been reading up about all this hip-hop stuff. He was part of that whole East Coast versus West Coast, and the rappers were all mad at each other. He was shot in Vegas in 96. He died in hospital 6 days later. And his frenemy, notorious B.I.G., was initially considered a suspect, but then they found this other guy, Orlando Anderson, who was a suspect, but now both those guys are dead. And then there were other reports that P. Diddy put out a hit on Tupac. So who knows? No one was ever arrested. This is like, I'm gonna say gangster rap. This is like
Real Housewives of Bel-Air.
It's crazy. Anyway, I kind of dug those two. What else? I'll show what else Jim sent me. Sent me the White Boys. Ever heard of this?
No.
The White Boys. Apparently they're one of the first rap acts to feature a live guitarist in concert. I always thought that was the Beastie Boys who have done that.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say, wouldn't that have been the Beastie Boys? But
I don't know. This one I haven't listened to yet. It says, "This is the dope. Vintage rap, early hip-hop." And this is called Catch 22. I haven't heard it yet, but I will listen to that.
my sister is coming over tomorrow for dinner, so we're going to play some of these while we're making dinner.
Sounds good. You sent me a still sealed copy of the still sealed copy of the Pretenders' debut album from 1979.
Like the Pretenders.
Kind of like this new wave. It's really raw, this album. I did spin this one already, and I dug it. I did not own this one.
Did you? You've heard of the Pretenders before,
Of course I
though,
have.
right?
Yeah, but I never heard that album, I don't think.
For some reason, this album is very. I recognize this album, but I don't recognize any of the songs as their most popular songs. So I don't know why I recognize the album, but I don't recognize any of the songs.
Jim sent a big pack. Sent the Eagles, Hotel California. There's their 5th album and the first to feature Joe Walsh. Of course, everyone knows Hotel California. It was a 1970s rock staple. It's kind of up there with Fleetwood Mac, Rumors.
Yeah.
And Hotel California, one of the most classic guitar solos in a classic rock song. I'd say, do you like the Eagles?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And some other stuff he sent. The Janglers. The Janglers. This is a Cleveland root rock country
here.
boogie woogie. Jim.
Thank you.
Jim in Ohio. Thank you very much, and appreciate you thinking of us. And we got tons to listen to.
We do.
Tons to read.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, 33ers, that is this Friday's episode. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you dug it, I would appreciate a quick thumbs up. I'll be back again in a couple of days. Until then, keep on spinning.